Hello, my dear friend. It's Mr. Horace here at your service again. I hope you are doing very well. This is part 4 of Imagine, a great song, a great political song, political, philosophical, great intellectual song written by the great Mr. John Lennon. And I talk about this is a part 4, yeah. So the first two parts, are about the first verse, which about religion, atheism, no God. If there's no hell, no heaven, then people can live for today. So now we are examining. I am examining. Oh, we are examining together. The idea of no countries, because if there's no countries, then people will live in peace, living life in peace, right? Living life in peace, You may say I'm a dreamer. I am not the only one. I hope someday you join us, and the world will live better. You may think I am a dreamer. I'm dreaming, If there are no countries, then how wonderful this world could be. Peace, world peace. That's the assumption, that's the. Now, I have to say that. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion to imagine. Now here, I want to first I have to say that I'm not trying to offend people who are followers of Mr. Lennon. I mean, I like his music. I said that already. I like his music. But, I just want to express my disagreement. I mean, and that's really, I respect his opinion, and I'm sure he will respect my opinion. And I don't really completely agree with Mr. Lennon when he said, it isn't hard to do. Imagine there's no countries. You can maybe say, imagine there's no nations. It isn't hard to do. personally, I feel it's pretty difficult for me. I mean, maybe it's not for you to imagine there is no countries, which means there is borders, no borders, and which is the kind of official policy the America is adopting, the American government. I'm not going to say American people, because the government is not the people, but the government, the current American government, is pursuing this no borders policy. No borders. I mean, just, hey, no borders. Which means anybody who wants to come to America from, the north, which is Canada, Canadian, you can come down. Just drive over the border. I mean, you can just walk over or drive over or ride your bicycle or ride your motorcycle. I mean, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how you get into America. And then the Mexicans from the south and all other countries, I mean, or anybody who, I mean, you can fly into America from Asia, from Africa, from the Middle East, from, no borders. So anybody can come into America and live there. Now, I don't know if that's a good idea. Now, my personal concern is this. Now, Taiwan is I live in Taiwan. Taiwan is a very, very tiny island. Very small place. I mean, tiny. If my government, the Taiwanese government, declare we are not going to have we no longer have political border. Okay, we are going to pursue the same policy as America. Well, no borders. Anybody who wants to come to live in Taiwan is welcome to come in. Now, I'm very worried about that because, I mean, think about this. There are almost 8 billion people in this world. Now, and this is not a big if, this is not a big if, because Taiwan, well, we have two things really, it's outstanding. I mean, it's just extraordinary about Taiwan that I think if people from all over the world, they have the opportunity to come here freely, they would definitely decide to move to Taiwan and live here. The first thing is what Taiwan has for the last few years. We have the largest pride parade in the entire world. As more and more people in the world are educated regarding the correct attitude towards, gender, sexuality, that kind of thing, as more and more people become enlightened about that issue, they would want to come, more and more people would love to come to Taiwan, to be part of the Pride Parade. Because I heard people say, well, Taiwanese men are very, very beautiful. I'm a Taiwanese man. I don't regard myself or think of myself as beautiful. I'm not beautiful. I mean, look at my mustache and look at my beard and all my, So that's the first thing. I mean, it's a huge attraction. I mean, and so if we lift the, you know, the restriction of entrance, then everybody is going to come to Taiwan. The second thing is because we are number one in terms of defeating the COVID, the plague. I mean, we are the number one in the world. I mean, look at what's going on in the the rest of the world. Everybody is suffering. I mean, so many people are dying every day. In America, in Europe, in Australia. Nobody's dying. Nobody's even sick. I mean, nobody's sick here. We completely eradicated the plague already here. So, of course, if we don't have this, if we don't have our border, if our borders are open, then everybody's going to want to come to Taiwan because it's very, very safe here. Now, can you imagine that? 8 billion people, they all come to Taiwan to live. Again, Taiwan is such a tiny island, right? Imagine the weight. Imagine all love. Oh, okay. Imagine all the people living life in Taiwan, living in Taiwan, living in Taiwan. You may say I'm a dreamer. How much weight? I mean, 8 billion people. How heavy that's gonna be? And because of the weight, the island is going to sink to the bottom of the ocean. Then everybody's going to drown. I mean, everybody's going to die. That is not a good thing. I mean, so I worry about that. That's one of the problems when you have open borders. For a tiny island, Japan might be similar. They're island countries. So when you have everybody coming to live on the island, it's too heavy for the island, for a tiny piece of little land. Tiny little piece of land, yeah, and it's going to sink. I don't want that. I don't want to die. I don't want to see that happen. There's so many problems, potential problems. I mean, I agree, to an extent that it is a beautiful ideas. We shouldn't have, countries. We should be all, well, we should be one country, one world, one country. I mean, but it's a very beautiful idea, and I don't. If we can find ways to take care of the potential problems, which I'm going to write a book about it. I see a lot of potential problems that it can could be caused by open borders. I'm going to write a book about it, publish it. If we can solve these problems, yes, great. But if we can't solve these problems, then I don't think we should endorse. I don't think we should support that policy, that America is pursuing. I mean, imagine everybody wants to come to America, and that seems to be the trend. Everybody wants to go to America. Or because Taiwan is not open. I mean, I'm sure if Taiwan is open, everybody's want to come to Taiwan. They don't want to go to America because America is not safe. But now, America is the second best choice. Everybody goes there. Now, where are people going to live? Think about 8 billion people. how are you going to house them? Big problem, you know.